Alright, what's up, boys? Welcome to the first episode of a series that I am going to call Beating the Best. Now, you watch me live on Twitch every single night. You see me sweating versus the best players in the world on a nightly basis. And pretty much the focus of the series is just going to be taking those games, taking it to the film room and breaking down, what I was doing, why I was doing it, a thought process, all that stuff, right? Now, that does not mean that every single episode I'm going to win. I have no problem, posting my losses. I don't care about that stuff at all. And again, it's just the process of beating the best players in the world, right? Now, our first game of the series is going to be against Henry, the #1 ranked player in the world, in a $1,500 tournament. This is the semifinals, so we have to beat Henry to move on to the finals. It's a great game, so let's get into it. All right, so as you can see, we are starting on the defensive side of the ball this game, which is always a great thing. Anytime you are receiving ball at half, that is always a great thing. So as you can see, he is in the Colts playbook. He comes out in bunch every single play, and you'll see him audible to bunch strong a ton and quick snap, which honestly, he's probably the best player I've played this year in terms of like utilizing quick snapping. He hikes the ball so fast. You'll see he's in bunch. He goes to bunch strong right here. He makes pretty much one hot route, and then he hikes it, and it's super difficult to deal with. Right there, he pretty much just ran like the meta Durham setup, just a drag on the tight end, post on the slot receiver, and then a running back streak. This is another really popular play right here. This is called Dagger. This got really popular really around like Madden Bowl time, and it's another really good quick snapping play as well. So the solo side receiver over here on solo side, he's on a streak. The outside receiver on the bunch side is on a drag, and the tight end is kind of built, it has like a built-in kind of like backside in route. And you'll see it gets into a nice spot. So he's on the drag, running to the sideline. The tight end's over the middle. And then all he's doing is putting a crosser on his slot guy. It's a super popular combo, but it's popular for a reason. It's hard to guard, and like I said, it's really good at quick snapping. So this play, you can see I got stuck on Karlaftis. I got stuck on my DT already because of the quick snap. Now here, he ran Dagger again, and that right there is what you call a gift from God. Yeah, I don't know what he saw right there. I mean, everybody makes bad reads. It happens. You just got to try to take advantage of it when it happens, because it doesn't happen often when you play, a good player. So here, as you can see, he is in 6-1 on defense. Now, when I play against 6-1, the first thing that I always like to do when I'm in bunch strong, which is the formation I come out in every single play, bunch strong offset in the Bears playbook, I always like to try to get the RPO working, because it is kind of difficult to stop in 6-1, and you kind of have to play defense a certain way to stop it. So first play, I'm going to just test the RPO, and we get a couple good blocks, and we get a gain of 31, so obviously, big W. Now right here, this is a good combination against 6-1 as well, because a lot of people in 6-1, they will run double Mabel. If you don't know what double Mabel means, the outside linebackers are in 5-yard purples most of the time, and then the backed off, corners on the outside, they'll be in 20, 25, 30-yard zone drops. So this is a great play to really work the middle, right? So this was a great play call. So I hiked the ball. You see, right around here, right? You see all the routes on the field. Now you see the guy in the bottom left. That is a man that gets no hose because he is afraid. I have every single route open. I could throw my hitch. He is open. I could throw to my running back. He is open. Even at this point, I could throw to circle, to cross over the middle, and kind of freeform it down probably, and it would still be open. Instead, I waited 10 years. And I threw my running back way too late, and it got KO'd. Should have been an easy completion, but I just didn't make my read progressions fast enough. This next play, I motion out my running back into the slot. I like to do this a lot, especially against heavy pressure, just because of the spacing, really. You'll see I have my running back on a flat here. So if the outside corner was in, a zone drop cloud or a deep blue or whatever, and he sent 6, I'm throwing to my flat right away. That time he had him on a hard flat, so I'm just going to hit my receiver over the middle. So we get 3rd and inches. Right here, just hit my, my RPO. Again, I'm just trying to, kind of keep him honest. 1st and 10, I got a little streak up the middle, a little flat ghost combo, but he played really good defense. Got good pressure too, just sending 3, so we just throw that away. 2nd and 10, that's the exact same play I ran before that, almost got a 1st down, we're on a 3rd and 3. Now here, he sends 5, we send out 5 routes, he sends 5. He absolutely screams at me, and as you can see, I'm throwing a triangle. I'm throwing an absolute book. But we get hit when we throw. But Warren Sapp lives in my nightmares, and this dude just lives to terrorize me. so he gets a pick anyways. And you see, I'm in the bottom left. I'm sad. I'm complaining that I just got D-line pick, like I wasn't just gonna throw a pick anyways. But that's just what every Madden player does. Chat doesn't have to know I was throwing a book anyways. So it is what it is. Next play, he throws to the flat. I'm trying to strip him. Not going too well. He gets 30 yards that he probably shouldn't have gotten. Here he runs dagger again, and I mean, why wouldn't he? It's wide open, especially with the defense I'm playing. I'm putting my linebacker on a hard flat, so the whole middle is just like Skybree legs wide open, and he gets an easy first down. So now it's 1st and 10. Here I play a little bit more coverage, and he tries to fit that in. Honestly, it looks kind of scarier than it really was. Realistically, I'm probably never picking that. Now it's 2nd and 10, and again, this is the effect of the quick snap. You see my corners are just doing the cha-cha. They're in absolute shambles. I get stuck on my DT, and he just has the easiest pass ever because I couldn't get any adjustments off at all. So just like that, we're down 7-0. Right here, good pass by me. Good high ball freeform. This is something that you can do a lot, especially against these double Mabel type defenses. If linebackers are in 5-yard purples or something, they really struggle at getting towards the sideline. So I just know he's just gonna kind of drift in like no man's land right there. So I just highballed it to the sideline, and that's a pretty easy completion. So now we are in a 1st and 10. I'm setting up kind of like a little double corner play, really meta combo, but he sends pressure, he gets a KO. Here, this is the first time he set up defense to stop the RPO. He manned up his linebacker on my receiver, so it got caged. And now we're in a 3rd and 10. And right here, this is honestly just a good flat right here. This is one thing that I think a lot of people could improve on, and that is when you're in, 3rd and long, 4th and long, whatever it may be. I feel like people a lot of times will just look for, a post for a first or a corner for a first or whatever. But you really can throw a lot of different things. You don't, especially on 3rd down, you don't need a first down necessarily. If I get tackled short here, which I didn't, if I get tackled short though and I'm in a 4th and 1, I'm okay with that really. Especially with how good juking is in the open field and all that this year, it's not that big of a deal. 1st and 10, he sends 6 and absolutely hollers at me. So now we're in a 2nd and 18, which is not good. And right here, he sends 4 people, right? And if I just step up here, I'm pretty much fine, but I'm spooked because I'm getting screamed at, and I look like I'm in happy feet, and I'm just rolling all over the place, and I just roll into a 3rd and 25. Now this is absolute death, especially when you're playing a good defensive player. You do not want to be in these situations, obviously. So again, though, I'm really not just looking, for 25, 30 yards. If I can make it even like a 4th and 8, 4th and 9, 4th and 7, something like that, I'm okay with that. But right here, I see the yellow. He has I think it's a zone drive yellow. Maybe just shaded up, but I see a yellow. And I wait for my running back streak to pass him, and I lead it like literally perfectly. Cut it off nicely, and we get a first. That's huge. I mean, 3rd and 25, again, that is big. And right there, I tried to hand the ball off, but he has 2 inside stuffs. Now, I think inside stuff is a pretty mid ability, to be honest. But if you're running 6-1 or any kind of 4-down lineman set, I think having 2 inside stuffs as your DTs are really good because it pretty much makes it borderline impossible to run at the middle, to be honest. So, it's obviously going to make things more difficult. 2nd and 12 here, he sends 6 again. I have both of my corner routes open. I'm trying to throw to the shorter one to square, but I just get hit before I can get it off. So now we're in a 3rd and 12. Right here, I barely get this pass off, and I click on and I catch it down. I'm really not ever worried about that being picked. That could have definitely been KO'd, though, if he had mid-zone. The way mid-zone works, if you don't know, inside of the numbers, right? It's like just the numbers on the field, literally. Inside of the numbers, under 20 yards, passes will get KO'd like that. Thankfully, he didn't have it on that guy, so we were good. The next play here, 1st and 10. He just plays good defense. We just throw it away. Next play, 2nd and 10. I probably could hit my wheel right off rip right here to circle, but I guess I just didn't see it most likely. But we have good pocket. We step up a little bit, and on the run, again, this is where blowing is important. That could have been overthrown, and if it's overthrown, now I'm in a 3rd and 10 on the 18. It's not a super easy situation, but we blew it, and we get down to the 2. Now I want you to see this too. So I'm running stretch to the left, but we're trying to gotcha bitch him. So we click on the tight end to the right, and I'm gonna motion him out right. And the only reason why I'm doing this is just to get his feet moving, right? So if you see his user, his first few steps are to the right, and that just makes it way harder to cut back left and make a tackle. That's literally the only reason why I'm moving, I motion him out to the right, and it worked out perfect. Now right here, I'm pretty much setting up defense specifically for Dagger, basically. I have a cloud to the left, so that, that'll play the drag. I shaded down, I believe I shaded down that yellow right there. I'm really just trying to take away the initial read to the tight end, and I'm hoping my pressure would get in before he cuts across the middle. And even if he did, my cloud would kind of be there. And then in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to cover the crosser. However, he did not run Dagger. He ran mesh spot flat, which is another really popular combo where they have their backside guy on a drag. They'll have like a flat or something. They'll have their running back on a wheel to clear out room for the corner on the outside receiver, which is why I was hauling ass to get there. And then they have a streak on the slot guy, which ended up being wide open because I put him on a yellow. So just like that, my whole plan was, completely cooked. But honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, clearly I didn't want to give up a touchdown like that, but it's better I give up a touchdown right away than, later. So now we have a chance to go get 7 ourselves. Right here, 1st and 10, I ran the same combo that I was scared to throw earlier, and this time I actually made the read. So we hit our hitch. Get a nice little 5 yards, never mad at that. 2nd and 5, he sends pressure, we pick it up this time. Almost get a good possession catch, but he just KOs it in time, so now it's a 3rd and 5. And right here, I see that my corner route is going to get over that cloud. So I high point it, I freeform it, and it gets overthrown. Now, a lot of people right there would complain and say that they got hoed, they got unlucky, they'd be crying. Oh, it was great timing. How did it get overthrown? Game is terrible. I'm going to go sell Doug Williams. No, you shouldn't. It is your fault, and it is my fault in this situation. I know that it's a great timing pass, right? So it didn't get overthrown because of a poor accuracy or something like that. But I just led the freeform a little bit too far, jammed the stick a little bit too much, and it got sold. So that's on me. Now we're in a 4th and 5, and we got to clutch up. So this is a huge play early, and we run Durham. We hit the nice little, the wheel route on the tight end, and we move the chains. So we're nice. Right here, try to hit the post over the middle, but it gets KO'd. He has mid zone on that guy. He doesn't have it on his safety on the left, but he does have it on the right, so it got KO'd. Right here, I mean, look at Warren Sapp. This dude literally just hates me. I don't know what I did to this dude. He sent 3 people. And look at my center, bro. Like, it looks like I'm trying to block him. I just got absolutely just Riley Reeded. Now we're on a 3rd and 10. I have good pocket this time, finally. I step up. Good pass. And we drop it. I actually don't even think that was a KO because nothing lit up. I think Calvin was just kind of soft. Now we're on a 4th and 10. And I throw a laser. Now, the reason why I threw this, right? Let's go back. So most of the time when I run this play setup, I'll have a streak on Calvin, and then I'll have a corner out on my tight end on Pitts, right? That is usually my go-to setup if I'm playing against, cover 3, cover 4, or just kind of, expecting this guy to be in an outside third. I expected him to be in a cloud, cover 2 on the left side here. So I put my tight end on a streak instead, and then my outside receiver on a corner route, and it was a perfect play call. Good read. That time I didn't overthrow the free form. We get a 1st down. Go back to the RPO on 1st and 10, and it was open that time. I got a bad rack animation, but we still got 7 yards. Not mad about that. 2nd and 3, hit my little wheel on my tight end, make a juke, and we get in. Now, honestly, obviously, I'm happy that I scored, but I did score a little bit too early. 3 timeouts in 24 seconds is still plenty of time for him to go get 3, so we have to play some defense. You'll see what I did here was I manned up tight end with Carmichael, and I shaded down, and he actually caged him. Now, there's a few advantages and disadvantages to that adjustment. Had he ran, well, actually, he doesn't have that. That's exactly why I ran that, actually. In Colts Bunch, they don't have any kind of wheel on the tight end, like in Verticals or in Durham, like they have in Jets and Bears. So that wheel route would cook shaded down man, but I knew he didn't have one, so that's why I ran it, and it worked out that time. 2nd and 10. Then heat. I didn't have a flat over there, so it's a good read by him, just taking his 10 yards. Now this play right here, this was something that he didn't do the entire game, actually. Up to this point, he had a crosser, and then he had like a really deep curl route on his running back. That was just a good call. Just making my user pick, just a good read by him, good play setup. So he's on the 45. Right there, he just throws the ball away. and he's going to go for the field goal. I wasn't sure if he would be able to make it, but he just makes it. So we go into half down 3, but we get ball, so we're fine. First and 10 here. I'm going for the same play that I overthrew earlier, but that time his zone drop was deeper and it really just wasn't that open. So I shouldn't have thrown that. Second and 10. Honestly, a really bad play call. I was just kind of hoping that he didn't man up the outside guy, and he did. Now we're on a 3rd and 12, which obviously is not very good. But we're patient, and we have our flat again. We make a miss, and we get the first down. So we're in a lot of 3rd and longs, and we've gotten in a few 4th downs, so we need to be better in that sense. Right there, we take a sack, but I kind of do want to show that because that's an example of, pocket kind of saving me a little bit. So right here, I could have thrown triangle like right here. I just missed the read. I was probably looking at circle, and I didn't want to throw because this guy was here, and I was also getting pressured, so I just didn't throw anything. But that's okay because I only lost 2 yards. 2nd and 12 isn't the end of the world. 2nd and 20 is misery, but 2nd and 12 isn't that bad, so we're cool with that. Right here, we just hit our backside drag right away. That's pretty much my first read every time I call any play with a backside drag, honestly. Now we're on a 3rd and 3. I run Durham here, so I have a wheel. I'm an outside receiver. I have a wheel on my running back, which is actually open, which I should have thrown. I have a post on my slot receiver, and then I have a drag on my tight end. Again, this was the read. I just made it kind of late, and now he was closer. I'm trying to lead my tight end right here. He has a 5-yard purple, so I wasn't too scared of it, to be honest. And he gets hit and drops it, which, to be real, is pretty rare, I would say. With no KO, the fact that he dropped it is pretty unlucky. So now we're on another 4th down. We're in 4th and 3. And here he sends the crib at me. He sends 6. And I send out 5. So the fact that I didn't get absolutely screamed at, kind of crazy. But we were able to find something open and deliver a nice dot. So, I mean, again, we're living on 4th down, but we're getting it done. Right here, we run double corners, and we get in. Right, so now we have a 4-point lead. And again, I'm running the same adjustment here where I'm manning up Carmichael on the tight end because it worked last time. And we force a fumble, but we get hoed, and he recovers it. You see me in the bottom left raging. I'm pissed off. 2nd and 2. We pretty much run the exact same defense. And it was good defense again. He just throws it away. Now we are in a 3rd and 2. And wouldn't you know, he runs dagger. My user's just a little bit behind, and he pretty much just throws an easy pass right there. It's a good read. 1st and 10. I'm just trying to mix up my coverages. I'm running cover 4 right here. Trying to sprint out to the sideline, and we get there. Just tries to throw something off his back foot, make something happen. But here, again, I'm in shambles because he just hikes so fast. My adjustments are freezing. They're running all over the place. It's just really just not a good situation. And he throws, just an easy pass right there. This is another thing. I actually did the right thing right here. I don't know why this looks kind of laggy too. I hope it's not lagging on video. But what's it called? So right here, it's 2nd and 10, and he throws it on the run. And right here, a lot of people when they click on right here, they try to go for a pick, and they just completely take themselves out of the play. I did not do that. I tried to just, click on and run to him, and then when you usually get in the area, the KO will kind of just like hit them and it'll drop it. That's what I was trying to do, but my guy just ran past him, which was pretty unfortunate. So 1st and 10, he runs the same mesh spot flat play, but we played good defense and we were able to pick it. My user was kind of close too, so now we just got to finish. We're up 4. We need to go get 7 and go up 2 possessions desperately. That's the only thing that's on my mind right now. So you see I hit a wheel the last play, hit a wheel again right here. With the backed off corners, I love hitting just like quick wheels and stuff like that. Quick, flat routes, wheels. Just make them have to kind of respect that because they'll be less likely to send 6, as often if you're just killing them with routes like that. Or they'll have to press, which they don't really want to do in that defense. So that's why I did that right here. 1st and 10 turns into a 2nd and 23. Again, I'm just putting myself in way too many 2nd and longs. I just got screamed at right there. I don't think I had anything really open, but I should have just gotten rid of the ball quicker. Now I'm in a 2nd and 23. My flat is open. I should have hit my flat to McCaffrey, or I could have even hit my drag right there. But I'm looking at the tight end, and I thought I had a step here. So I said, I'm going to chuck it. And I got an inaccurate, but I got lucky, and I put nuts on his forehead. Listen, we take it. We don't ask questions. You know what I'm saying? We do not ask questions. It's not very often that we get lucky. So We get that big play. We throw a quick little wheel to CMC, make a few people miss. And now we're up 11, so we're in a great spot. Right here, he runs mesh spot flat again. Overthrows it because he didn't blue pass it. He had the corner out open, but again, if you don't get those blues, you're going to overthrow passes. So now we're in a 2nd and 10. He runs, looks like dagger, like a variation of dagger. And as you can see, he sees that it's open, the whole deep left, so he tries to lob it. But Big Chuck gets back there, so we get the pick. Now we're in a 1st and 10. Now we're just in milk mode. I run read option out of tight slots. Get a nice little chunk of yards. And that's going to do it. He gets up out of there. So that was, again, like I said, that was the semifinals. So now this is literally, I'm not exaggerating, about 2 hours later. Maybe longer. It was like almost 2.5 hours, I think, of actual wait time because my half of the bracket was so far ahead of the bottom half. So now we're in the finals. $1,500 tournament. Now we're in the finals against Clef, one of the best players in the world as well. So, yeah. And again, we're starting on defense. He just hits a little, you know, in route. Nothing too crazy. Picks up 2 yards. Now here, he motions out his running back into the slot, right? He motions him into the slot. And what I'm expecting is double post. A lot of times when people motion the guy out, they'll have, you know, a streak on the running back. Then they'll have a C route on the outside guy here. Then they'll have probably, you know, a drag on the tight end maybe with a streak on the slot guy and their outside receiver on a post. That's like a super meta combo. Any kind of variation of double post could be coming, but I'm expecting a streak on the running back and a C route. That's really what I'm adjusting for. And that's exactly what we get. He tries to throw to his running back, but again, I manned up my safety on him. So right away, we get a stop. That's huge. And right here, he's running spinner. He's running like a spread D-line spinner, which has kind of been making a little bit of a comeback. And whenever I play a spread D-line, the first thing that I personally do is I just run. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to show me that you can stop the run. So it's 1st and 10. And I run. Little read option at tight slot. So he'd pick up 8 yards. So I'm not mad at that. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just run again. So this time I run the bubble and bunch strong. And we get, you know, a nice 15, 20-ish yards, whatever we get. Now we're down to the 15, and I was like, shit, I'm going to run again. Why not? You know what I mean? We go to bunch wide, go to inside zone, and we pick up 9 yards. So now it's the 2nd and 1. I'm like, hey, we're on the 6. We may as well run again. Why not? That time really wasn't much open. But we get a yard. We get 1st and goal. So now it's 1st and goal from the 5. And as soon as I see the slot corner over here on the left, as soon as I see him blitz, I know it's just a one-on-one. As long as Calvin holds his block, my bubble should be free. And he holds his block, thankfully, and we get in. We're up 7-0 early. We're in a good spot. Right here, he's running double post. Just hits his running back underneath for 6 yards. That's fine. So again, Clef is in the same playbook as Henry. He's in Colts. But he audibles to this bunch strong. And he's also running dagger. The exact same setup. Hits his drag underneath. Big Chuck lets him know, don't come over the middle. You know what I'm saying? Gotta just establish dominance here. Now right here, this is a very good user by me. So I'm sending 5 out of DB Fire, right? And I manned up the tight end with my linebacker, so I have no flat. I'm playing cover 3, so I have my safety on the right and an inside third, my corner on the right and an outside third. I have my linebacker manned up. I have my solo side guy manned up on the outside receiver, and then I have a cloud over here. So I know I have to haul ass to the right in the flat if there's something over there. So that's exactly what I do. I just sprint directly there. We scream at him because we send 5 and he sent out 5, and he gets an intentional grounding. So that's how you make your send 5s better, really, in my opinion. Is a big part of it is knowing where to be with your user. You know, you just have to take away their first reads, and you have to know where you have to be and really commit to it. So that's why I just sprinted out there. 2nd and 22. I played pretty similar defense to when I did when he threw a pick, but he, you know, hit a C route. That was a good combo. Good read by him. So he gets a 1st down. Now right here, again, I'm expecting the same thing. He motioned out his running back. That's why you see me kind of run over there. I'm trying to really bait it. I just wanted to run to the C route enough to where he would hopefully look away from it, and then I was going to run back to the post over here. But his C route was open, and that's exactly what he was throwing. However, that is why you have to blue. It gets underthrown by 1,000,000 yards, and we get a pick. So we got a gift. You know what I mean? We got lucky. Could he have blued? Absolutely. But the fact that it went right to him is clearly, like, really lucky. So now we have to make the most of it. But guess what we don't do? We don't make the most of it. This is perhaps the worst drive you will ever watch on my channel. Just complete clown shit. So I just ran 1,000,000 yards, right? The last drive. Didn't even attempt to pass. And the first thing that I do, like a dickhead, is I try to pass the ball. Now, I'm trying to throw to my running back, ideally, right? I see him on an in route, but he just gets, stuck in a gangbang, and I can't even throw it. The button goes away. I have awful pocket because I'm just, like, waiting for him to get open, and he's not. So now we're in a 2nd and 23. So it's just like the last game all over again. I'm putting myself in 2nd and a millions. I motion out my running back, and I mean, I have no idea what I was looking at. I really just threw this with my eyes closed. I really could not tell you. It was probably the worst read I've made the entire year. I won't lie to you. That shit was actually sad. Threw it right to him. So just like that, the stop that we got pretty much gifted is gone again. And he's on my 21-yard line. So now we got to fight for the pape. You know what I mean? We got to make something happen. He throws to his flat, makes a couple nice jukes. And now he's in a 2nd and 1. Now he goes to this formation. Whenever someone goes to this formation, I'm really just always setting up defense for the RPO bubble. He did not run it, though. He actually passed. And he did a nice little... I don't even know what you call that route. It's kind of like... It's like an out route, but it doesn't run like a normal one. It's like built into the play. Nice possession catch. And now he's down to the 6. And again, I'm expecting a run, but he does not run. But we play pretty good defense. Our D-line goes crazy. And we sack him. So now 2nd and goal from the 16 is actually a really good spot for me on defense. Scoring from here is pretty difficult. And I send 5. I feel like a lot of people inside of the red zone really never send pressure. And I feel like when you send pressure, when you send a blitz inside the 15, the 20, it really catches a lot of people off guard because they're pretty much thinking that they're not expecting you to blitz, so they send out 5 all the time. So you really scream a lot more than you would think if you send pressure down there. And yeah, so we have the tight end man up right here. He tries to highball it over him, but Chuck ain't having it. So we got our stop right back, even though we completely trolled away the last one. We're good, right? Right here, he sends pressure. He gets, a nice little blitz. I try to high point that, but got overthrown. It's whatever. 2nd and 10 here. I just hit my wheel on verticals or Durham. What we like to see. Now, 1st and 10, I go back to the run. And 1 juke, and we get out of there. Again, if they have a spread D-line, I like to try to mix in as many runs as I possibly can. And that's why, this makes it a lot easier not having to make good reads every single play. Why do that when you can just run, right? Right here, I send pressure again. Good user by me. He just throws it away. 2nd and 10. He hits his flat. Makes a couple people miss. He's got a 1st. Again, I'm expecting the RPO. He doesn't send it. I play really good defense, though. I get pressure. He just throws it away. I was in a 2nd and 10. I played perfect defense again. He has to throw it away. I played really good double post defense right there. 3rd and 10. I send pressure yet again. I'm sending DB fire. I'm just taking away this 1st read. And he's, just trying to throw the ball away. He scrambled to the right, but he got screamed at. So now he's in a 4th and 19. And I'm sending 5. I'm always kind of in the philosophy where I really don't agree with just sending 3 and, like, zone dropping and stuff. I mean, I'll put zone drops on, but not with, like, send 3. I feel like if you play defense to, like, not give up a 1st down, I feel like you just do all the time. I just play pretty normal-ish defense for me on 4th and 19, and our mid zone knocks it out. So we're in a great spot. We're up 14. I think we get ball at half too, right? Yeah, we do. And we just hit our flat real quick, make a couple people miss. So now we are up 21-0. We're in an amazing, position. As long as we don't just completely collapse, we should be good. Right there, our mid zone knocks it out over in the middle. 2nd and 10. He just hits the double post wheel real quick to his tight end, so that's a good read by him. 3rd and inches. I send pressure at him. He runs verticals. He makes a nice read over the middle, but we are spamming R1 with our life, and we get a little peanut punch. We make him fumble, and that does it. We get him up out of there, and we take down the Henry $1,500 PL tournament, and we go home a little bit richer.